It is the St. John's Friends, Anthony Pulcari alongside Toby Barrett. Welcome the St. John's Prep Eagle and Everett football today, live in Corona Memorial Stadium. It's going to be a juicy one today as we have on hands. A Sunday game, not really used to Sunday games, but today we have one, the St. John's Prep Eagles and the Everett Red Raiders. What do we have today, Toby? What a game on store.
Well, 3 versus 6, top 10 in the state facing off here. There's history with this rivalry, 2 meetings last year, 2 victories from Everett. It should be a good one.
As we said earlier, these two teams have a history. 2 losses for the Prep last year at the hands of Everett. The most heartbreaking one, a playoff loss last year under the lights in Everett. Tonight, or today, they are looking for a comeback. They're looking for an answer. And as now we're ready here at center field, ready for the coin toss. All the captains, Jay Cannavale, Jack Lambert, leading the troops as they will do the coin toss. And as today you talk about this crowd, Toby, this wonderful St. John's Prep crowd, the Prep pride, how's that going to affect the game today?
Well, I'm not seeing many empty seats on the Prep side of the stands here, and there's more people looking to get in, so we've got a full house here, and they're loud. we just had a plane fly over here, and they're rowdy, so I think they're ready to go just as much as the team is.
Absolutely. And Jay Cannavale getting the team ready. In middle, they get together. Both teams together and ready to go. We are live here at Corona Memorial Stadium. The St. John's Prep Eagles will flash their talons today against the Everett Red Raiders. 2-0 versus 1-1. Of course, Everett coming off a big win, 22-0 over New Bedford, as well as the Prep coming off of a 22-16 come-from-behind victory at Central Catholic.
Yeah, both teams coming off wins last week, but that doesn't tell the story really for Everett. They've struggled thus far this season. I mean, every time they play the Prep, they really come to play their best brand of football. So they, as you can see there, they are really rearing to go. So are the Prep. So it looks like we get a national anthem here.
And a wonderful national anthem played by the Everett High School band. And that is our kickoff here. We're ready to go. Memorial Stadium. And again, talk about the matchups, Toby. Oliver Ebert.
You know, the quarterback has a huge effect, but Ollie Ebert looks like he might be the best quarterback in the state.
And wonderful insight from our new member of our team, Toby Barrett. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah. Good to be here. Good to be on.
And we are ready to go. Kicking off is St. John's Prep. They have deferred the kickoff to Everett. They'll receive.
If you remember, better start this time around.
And to kick it off, the cowbells are ringing. And we are off here at Corona. Low kick. And it's Everett's got it, number 28. Leandro Soto. Leandro Soto again down near the 50-yard line. Almost another return for Everett for almost a touchdown. They got past the defense on that one. And here comes Jordan McAfee's offense. We're ready to go to start the game. And that was a 23-yard return by Leandro Soto, number 28 for Everett. And they'll begin the drive at the 45-yard line.
You had to think they were conscious of the kick that was brought back last week. They must have been avoiding the return men back there, even if. Good field position, only 55 yards to the end zone here for Everett.
And 1st and 10. And we got a penalty. Be a false start on Everett. Going to be a false start on Everett. It's going to be 2nd and 15 coming up at the 40-yard line for Everett. As to start off, a penalty to begin the game. What does that do for the psyche of the team?
Not a good start, but the entire offensive line and the receiver here on the near side all jumped, so there must have been some sort of miscommunication there.
First, second, and 15. Off the run inside. And that is Luis Cardona Jr. for about a gain of 3 or 4.
Yeah, AJ, a little bit different set for Everett. They come out with the traditional quarterback, McAfee, the big star, number 2, split wide to the left and a direct snap coming to Cardona there as they kind of show a little bit of a single wing there.
And on my left now we have Paul McNamara as my partner in crime here. I have 2 partners in crime today. It should be a good one.
You might see McAfee now setting up in the huddle, and he'll take the snap here and go back to the quarterback position with a direct snap.
And we got another penalty, another illegal motion.
You know, AJ, last year, the first game down in Everett, the regular season, Everett had a slew of penalties, and it looks like they're a little bit off base here in their communication as well. With
getting Everett.
I mean, that's not going to help their communication, and I mean, you've looked at it, and it's not just one player, it's the whole line. There's got to be some sort of miscommunication there between the quarterback and the line, whether it be the play call or anything like that.
It'll be third and about 13. McAfee to give up the middle. Cardona, and he's going to be gang tackled. The talons of the Eagles are right there to swoop it up.
Yeah, Hunter Brown in on that one along with Jack Lambert.
We talked about the offensive struggles of Everett before the game, and that they're not looking like they're trying to prove anything, that anything's changed over the week.
Yeah, Sean Fallon, number 56 out there. He wears 40.
Third and 12, McAfee in the shot. It's caught about the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Everett Red Raiders as they move on short of a short pass on that one.
Yeah, we got a little mix-up on some numbers. We'll check on these when we get a break, but they've got duplicate number 8s and no number 9, and that play went to number 9. So
you'll figure that as time goes on. Okay, now we have Luis Cardona Jr. setting up again with the quarterback McAfee out, and they give Cardona up the middle again, and right there is the front line for St. John's with a gang tackle, about a gain of 2.
Yeah, Cormier and Fallon sniffed that one out, and Masterson came in and helped finish it off too. A short gain there.
And it'll be roughly about 2nd and 9 from about the 42-yard line of St. John's. Everett is in prep territory, looking to strike here, mixing up the offense today, trying to get something going in a different way. McAfee the toss, Cardona inside. Cardona is brought down. St. John's once again right there.
When you have as many athletes as Everett do, and they always have athletes every year, it's sometimes good to maybe switch up and play them in different roles, get the defense a little bit confused out there. They need a spark, and they haven't found one yet.
That's going to be 3rd down and 6. Brought down by Lambert and company on that play. Lambert trying to get his team ready, getting people in position. It's 3rd and 6. The St. John's prep crowd is on their feet, chanting, and we got a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Everett calls a timeout there as there was a complete mix-up. 4 guys did not know where they were supposed to be, and Everett uses a timeout there.
And there's miscommunication like that in the beginning of a game. What does that do for the team's mojo or their pace?
Well, it's going to get the coach upset, I'll tell you that. That they work all week in practice with a game plan, and they've got 3 flags already in the first 7 snaps, and that's not the way Coach DiBiaso wants this afternoon to go.
And again, after the timeout, 3rd and 6 on the 35-yard line. In motion is Theo Zidor. McAfee stepping up, pressure, and they got him. A sack in front. Number 56, it's going to be Sean Fallon leading the charge with a sack and a loss of about 4. And with Connor Robinson on the tackle as well.
Yeah, Connor Robinson submarined him, got him low, and stopped that play right there and set up a 4th and long.
Big stop after you give up a 3rd and long for a first down right there. It gives the defense a little bit of confidence as they get off.
Yeah. And Joe Masterson there to receive it. And it's punted away, no pressure at all. And Masterson just lets it go into the end zone. Oh, it's a bounce. And a bounce near the 3. Cardona there first. Everett recovers, and Jonathan Farrell there to stomp on it for Everett, and it'll be right down at about the 5-yard line, and St. John's Prep will be really back in their own end to start their first drive.
Yeah, much like the Prep and all the good teams in the state, Everett has an excellent kicking game. Herrera handled the punting and place kicking for them last year, and that was a great punt to kill it inside the 5.
And 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Eberth and company in the shotgun. Preston knew was right. 1st and 10. High snap. Eberth trying to just get down with it, and he's right into a wall of Everett defenders. Just to be able to get back to the line after a terrible snap, but he's able to corral it and at least keep the ball in St. John's Prep hands.
We talked about the struggles the offensive line had last week, pinned inside your own 5 to start the game. That's not a good start, and they really got to prove themselves right now. They got to run their way out, at least to give Eberth a little bit of space, or the punter.
Yeah, J.J. Coleman, number 88, the big guy in the middle, 6'5", and he led the Everett defense on that tackle of Ollie Eberth.
Eberth in the shotgun again, same setup. Eberth over the top, and it is caught on the sideline. Hayden Rocket with the catch, and he's trying to get some more yardage out of that one. It'll be roughly about 6 yards on the outward pass on that one, and a wonderful way to start off Oliver Eberth with his first completion of the day.
I got a feeling you'll be saying that a lot. Eberth to Rocket this afternoon. He's quickly become his favorite target this season. So, I mean, that's a good little confidence booster there. Get some yards, give yourself a little bit of space. 3rd and 4 now. Yeah,
they don't want to go 3 and out here and punt into the wind from their own end zone and give Everett excellent field position. Big play here to get a 1st down.
And it'll be 3rd and 4. Eberth gives it off to Preston inside. Preston with a couple yards, and he's met. And it's a gang one there, and he's pushed down. Gonna be probably short of the 1st. That's gonna be John Uga, the outside linebacker, leading the charge. Gonna be a 1st down. Forward progress got him on that one. 1st down, St. John's.
Great 2nd and 3rd effort there by Dylan Preston. He was wearing 3 Everett defenders, and just sheer willpower got the ball out near the 20-yard line stripe, and just the 15-yard line stripe, just enough for a 1st down.
Under center, Eberth now. Carnevale the center. Eberth to give inside. Eberth around the corner. Eberth with a run of his own, and he's out. And he's going to go to a 1st down for St. John's at about the 31-yard line. Pick up of 11.
Yeah, great inside fake of the handoff to Cam Weaver. 2 Everett defenders went right with Weaver, and Eberth got to the corner and was able to pick up, looks like 12 or 13 on that one, and a 1st down.
We talked about the plays Eberth can make with his feet. You got to get him outside the pocket there. That's a good start for him.
Inside, Eberth under center. Preston behind him and Weaver behind him. They give to Preston. Preston into a wall, and he gains about 2. Brought down by Abidas Thompson, the defensive end for Everett. And J.J. Coleman.
Deja vu to last week against Central. That was the theme for Preston the entire night. He had no room to run right there. Not a good sign.
Freshman Wes Rocket, number 82, into the lineup in place of Weaver, so they'll go with a 1 running back set and 3 receivers.
Under the center is Eberth. Preston behind him. Back to throw Eberth, a quick slant, and it's going to be caught. The latest the catch, and he's going to hold on. We got a flag. And Darrell Felix on the coverage.
They're calling the play incomplete now.
And they're going to call it incomplete.
The back judge is calling it incomplete, but there's a flag on the play, and it might be interference or defensive holding.
Looks like holding to me. He had a good hold on Gladys's.
And it's going to be pass interference. And for Everett, and the ball's going to move for St. John's, a 1st down.
Yeah, it's a 1st down at the spot of the foul. Remember, in college and high school, pass interference is not always the spot. It's 15 yards or the spot, whichever is shorter.
And a 1st down. And in a hole. Dylan Preston at the sideline. Preston with plenty of room, and he's wrangled down. And about the 20-yard line, we got a flag. It might be coming back.
So they got Mike Slattery on a hold right there. That was pretty obvious, and that was the reason why Preston got so many yards.
And Mike Slattery with the hole. It's coming back. Coach St. Pierre not too happy on that one there. After a wonderful game, looked like about a 35-yard gain at least for Dylan Preston, but it's coming back. What does that do for a team after an opening? Now it has to be called back, and they're back to square one again.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that they could get those yards and they can show that they have that big playability in them, but it's always frustrating when you have to get it called back for a mistake.
And again, it'll be 1st and 14 now after the hold on the 33-yard line. Inside, Everett and Carnavale.
And also Sean Fallon on the offensive line at left guard playing both ways today.
Everett to drop back. Rolling out again. Everett scrambling. And a flag again as he rolls himself.
Happy start from both offenses. A lot of flags.
58's going to get the hold on that one.
It's gonna, if they decline, it would have been 1st and 30. Instead, it's 2nd and about half of that. A little more.
The last time the play, the ball is just across the 25-yard line.
18.
And it'll be 2nd and 18. Now the 28-yard line just inside the 30. Eberth in the shotgun with Preston. They give to Eberth as to take it himself. And Eberth rolls for a couple. Brought down.
40-something.
That was John Umai on as well.
Locks going, so it kind of hides his number there, but great play.
Great insight there, Mr. McNamara, looking through all the dreadlocks. And back to the gain of 2. Going to be a 3rd and 16. Ollie on the shotgun. And another flag. Once again, we see a flag like an illegal motion.
Nick Fantini, false start there. He jumped off the line early.
Yeah, false start Fantini on that one. That's the 2nd false start for St. John's on this drive. That moves them back to almost where they started.
Yeah, not good. Not a good start for either offense.
Yeah, the only good thing about this is the Prep has ball possession. It's keeping Everett's defense on the field and their offense off the field and giving the Prep defense a good rest. But, you know, they're kind of going sideways here, if not backwards.
They're kind of moving in all 3 directions right now, north, south, east, and west. It'll be 3rd and 20. They give to Weaver inside, and Weaver's packed down by the Everett front line.
I'll tell you, there could have been a flag on that one. Again, our roster does not have a 26, but he hit Ebert well after the handoff and knocked Ollie right on his backside there, but no call on that one.
That was a shot. He took a shoulder right to the chest, and he went down like a sack of potatoes. That did not look good.
And Weaver leading the charge as the St. John's to punt it away on 4th and 21. Cardona Jr. right there, and the ball's going to roll back to about the 44-yard line. And it's going to be Connor Robinson right there to down it. And on the field again, once again, Everett will bring out its offense led by Jordan McAfee.
You know, hard to believe it. In that exchange of punts, the Prep actually gained yardage on that one. Everett had gotten it up to about midfield and pinned the Prep inside the 5. As we said, they moved all ways and got it out past the 25 at one point, but kicking it away, they've got Everett at least in their own territory at the 42. Good punt by McTiernan and a good Prep roll on that one.
And
Right, we've got a minute left to go in the first quarter.
a minute to go. It's knotted up at 0 here live from Croton Memorial Stadium. Everett Red Raiders on the road against the St. John's Prep Eagles. The Prep looking to go to 3-0 and stretch their talons even longer. McAfee to the side, and they'll throw it over the top. It is caught. Everett down the sideline. He breaks the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown. Everett, it's going to be Anthony Norcia with a wonderful catch and run.
He threw it.
He threw it, my mistake. Anthony Norcia with the throw. It's going to be Gene St. Ville with the catch.
The other way around.
Other way around, sorry. Gene St. Ville with the throw, and Anthony Norcia with the catch.
Brings back memories of the AFC divisional game between the Patriots and the Raiders. The double pass worked to great effect that time for Everett. They had to get a spark going on offense. They had to do a little trickery maybe, and that worked. That was a good 55 yards right there for 6.
And they're moving the line in a shift.
Yeah, Wilcox will hold Herrera to kick.
And Wilcox to hold the freshman quarterback and Omar Herrera to kick it. The hold, and it is blocked. It's no good. It was blocked Allen on that one. So it'll be 6-0 on the board with a wonderful double pass, a little flea flicker on that one.
Now it's on the Prep offense. They didn't get much going on their last drive, and they're behind. They know how to play from behind, like they.
Six booming from the Everett band after they scored another touchdown, and they make it 6-0 here. Respond the same way. The lead here. They're down 6-0. What does the Prep now have to do?
Free. I mean, that's easy for me to say standing up here, but they had a lot of mistakes in this Everett defense.
My mistake on that one, folks. A 58-yard touchdown, not a 48-yard touchdown. 58 yards from Norcia to Sanville. Receive it as Nick's picked about 30 yards on that one.
I think they were going with maybe a little, not the best of hands, hope for a drop.
And then try to start moving the ball to Hayden Rocket outside, some quick look-ins, just to establish some momentum and some consistency here.
Rocket in motion to the right. Eberth back to throw the fake, and here comes Declan Burt on the play, the brother of Jake Burt, number 85. The intended receiver, but broken up.
Love the design of that play and first down. Everett's expecting run, and they got Burt out there crossing all the way across the field. He actually had his man beat. If the throw's a little bit more into the sideline, I think Burt makes that reception. It's a big gainer.
Yeah, Eberth put a little bit too much loft on it there.
Shorter pass receiver, but that play, like to see that one again. Everett maybe a little bit vulnerable to that execution.
2nd down and 10. 46 seconds to go. Eberth, a quick throw. It is caught. And Marinas the catch. Wonderful catch there. By Mike Galettis on the catch. A quick catch and run. Beautiful throw. Catch of about 15 and a first down into Everett territory.
He wasn't involved much last week against Central, but he's got 2 receptions now. One that was called back because of defensive pass interference, but good to see him get involved. You had to have more than one target. And Hayden Rocket. If they can start to spread it around the field a bit more, that's only good things can come from that.
That's a great point. I love the way they've opened it up here. Just have confidence in that game. That was an emotion to be in the backfield and avoid the 5-yard penalty.
And again, we see the important rolling. Eberth, the drop back. Eberth taking off himself, and here he's down. He goes. We don't have a 93. The number 93 of Everett. Over the St. John's Prep Eagles. A fast-paced game, a battle of defenses, and honestly a battle of penalties to begin this game. Again.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of first quarters for the Prep right there. You have to think that they have too much talent on offense and not get it going the entire game. They've got a couple of quick completions early on in this drive. Hopefully we can get it going.
And what do you think is Coach St. Pierre's message and Coach DePazio's message for Everett? What are their messages to their teams after 1 quarter of play?
Well, they got to cut down on their mistakes. A lot of penalties in that first quarter. I think there was at least 3 aside. There might have been 4 coaching behind them, a lot of talent behind them, and they just got to cut down on their mistakes.
Quarter 6, Everett 6, and nothing for St. John's Prep, as the Prep held scoreless in this first quarter, as they were last week against Central Catholic. Until the second quarter last week, they kind of got their effort going. They got their offense going against Central. Hopefully this week they can do the same as they are driving here to begin the second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 9, just about midfield. And we're back to action. I bet 2nd and 11 on that one. Eberth in the shotgun with Preston to his left. And it's a get to Preston around the corner. And inside around, oh, and he's gang tackled. That is number 27 for Everett on the play. That is
early on in this game, you've seen a lot of almost reads by Eberth to get the Everett defense moving and give their runners more space. Preston had no room that time. Just confuse the Everett defense so you can have some runners some room. It's a good idea. It just hasn't worked thus far.
And it'll be 3rd and 11. They didn't get over the middle. And he's brought down.
That's number 8, catch number 18 for Hayden Rocket thus far this season. He's by far Ebert's favorite target if he can get the ball in the hands of Hayden Rocket.
And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Preston in the backfield, Ebert under center. Give to Preston inside, and once again, met by a wall of defenders. Leading the charge was Clarence Pierre on that one.
Yeah, no room for Preston again. So you don't want to give up on the running game too early, but he has not had any room to run again. So that's been about 5 straight quarters. You're looking in your 6th where the running game just hasn't worked.
And it'll be about a gain of 1. Be 3rd and 10. Direct snap. Everett with vicinity, but not.
Yeah, wasn't much downfield on that play. Good coverage by the Everett secondary, who have looked decent early on in this game. When when there's not. They gave the defensive line more time to get to the quarterback here, which they have had success doing early on here. Big 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 33. Offense has been kind of stabilized by Everett here. Now in 3-down territory here. Everett on the shotgun with trips to the left. With time, Everett, now the pressure coming. Everett with time. It is caught for the first. And it'll be close to a first.
Once again there, that Everett had good coverage downfield, but Everett that time extending the play with his leg and giving the receivers time to get open there.
58 to go in the quarter and in the half. Bounds. Coverage on the play was John Uga, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, it's much better from the Eagles thus far during this drive. They've gotten a lot more rhythm to their offense. Hopefully we can keep it going here as they're at the 18 inside the red zone in striking distance.
And that'll be about a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 from about the 20-yard line. In the shotgun, quick snap, Everett, and he throws it into no-hill land. Rocket kind of jammed up on that one as
off Hayden Rocket's routes. He was trying to cut across the middle. Everett had one look on that play, and that was Rocket. So I'm not sure. The refs must have not have spotted it, or they deemed it fair play, but I was looking for a flag there.
Yeah, Patrick St. Pierre on the coverage, locking up Rocket, their top receiver right now. What does that mean for Everett? Locking up Rocket and getting the other guys basically the chance to get the ball.
Such a great athlete, and he can do so much with the ball in his hands.
They give to Preston inside. Dylan Preston dragging along, and Uga to stop the run on that one. John Uga the tackle. That'll be a gain of 10. It'll be a first down. Dylan Preston.
That was refreshing. That's the way the prep want to play. Ground and pound just like that.
And it'll be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. And what to this really, really solid drive put together by the prep on this one.
Yeah, 1st and goal here from about the 4. You would think they would go to Preston here early, but the Eagles' offense has been unpredictable thus far today. They've been throwing a lot on 1st down, which is very unusual for the Eagles, so we'll see.
And again, as you see, in the Catholic Conference, all the teams are 2-0. Including St. John's Prep. How big is this victory today so that they can win this game and at least have some control in this division?
Yeah, well, maybe their biggest competitor, I think it's them and Zavarian, really, and they have to keep pace with them for as long as, for sure.
Here at the Prep will be one.
It's 82 who threw that touchdown pass is Herman Sharif for Everett. There's a lot of number changes we'll go over, but just also overheard, that's the 11th play of this drive, so just what the doctor ordered for the prep. An 11-play, 12th play coming up drive that has consumed clock and moved down the field.
Everett in the shotgun. They give to Preston again. Preston finds a hole and he's in. Touchdown. St. John's Prep in the game is tied. Dylan Preston.
Make things happen. He ran those final 18 yards on this drive to get Prep across the line into the end zone. That was great from the offense line, giving him another big hole to run through.
And we finally see that balance in attack, the pass and the run for St. John's Prep as they can finally get that. They're kind of over the hill now with the...
So that will be key for the Prep moving forward in the season and in this game.
The kick is up and it is good, and St. John's Prep with their first lead of the game at 8 to spread.
Great play, great ground, set it up for McTiernan, and McTiernan drilled it through to get the Prep the lead, the first lead of the game here, 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Oh boy, all over again. Central Catholic finally get back on the board to the wonderful reception of this crowd.
coverage team has had issues thus far this season hemming in their best athletes on any team that they've played against thus far. It'll be interesting to see what they do here on the kicking side of the ball.
And the prep to kick it away, 7-6 lead, midway through the first half. Put on that one. And Marvin's Fender to receive it down. And also Jackson Jacane. Another low one. Cardona to block. I think that will be Marvin Fedina on that one. Fedina to run it around. Fedna to run it. Fedna pushed out of bounds, and he's gang tackled. We might have a flag. Masterson.
And then Anthony Floramo, number 9, helped finish him off, and the Everett crowd yelling for a flag on that one as Floramo made contact with Fedna, number 9 on number 9, and close to the line, if not over it. So,
as you can see, Coach St. Pierre not too pleased with number 9 on that one.
I mean, you love pursuit. You want the guys to pursue, but there's a line there for a reason, and you want to stop pursuing at the sideline.
It'll be 1st and 10. Shotgun with trips to the left. And a bobble snap, and McAfee on the run, and John Churchwell is there for a loss of 3.
Yeah, the preacher caught him from behind, and that was a broken play. That was actually supposed to be a handoff. His height there helping, and he just decided to try to run it. Ends up being a loss of about 5.
See the preacher on that one?
On that play.
He's probably lucky Churchwell caught him, because Lambert was right in front of him and Fallon was right in front of him too.
The whole crew is like a bee's nest on that one. It'll be about 2nd and 15. Let's let Theo Zador on the run. It's a short pass inside. And it's going to be Mike Sarin still to catch.
Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground. Prep's got it.
With the advance,
he's got it. St. John's with the fumble recovery on the catch by Theo Zador on that one.
And I think Parker was in on the hit along with Vance, but Vance was in its prep ball inside the 40.
Ball through a wonderful defensive stand by the Jack Lambert defense. And Preston off to the races. And he's in like a stallion. Touchdown. St. John's, that's 13
acres of space to run into there. And once he has that much space, he is gone. He's at 7 now.
And it's 7:16 to go here in the half. St. John's again with some points in under 2 minutes. Yeah, they put together 13 points right now, looking for the extra point to make it 14 unanswered.
Great point on Preston's 2 touchdowns. Not only his second of the day and the quarter, but the second touchdown in 1 minute and 14 seconds.
And it is good once again. St. John's automatic with the extra point, and it is 14-6 at the 7:16 juncture here in the first half. As I will say, a lead.
Well, now defense has confidence after forcing that turnover. The offense has confidence after scoring back-to-back touchdowns. Eagles really have Everett on the ropes here. Everett's got to get something going if they want to stay close in this game. This could turn into a blowout real quick.
And what a gaping hole produced by the offensive line there, led by Jay Cannavale at center. What a great gaping hole they left for their player.
Yeah, they struggled last week against Central, but a few plays in a row right there where they created big holes for Preston.
Yeah, Preston certainly with his running legs, but I'll tell you, the passing game earlier in the game has kept, and the Prep's done just the opposite here. Everett has to respect the wideouts and the short passing game and Ollie's versatility, so it's opened up the holes, and Dylan Preston is just the guy to hit those holes.
And 14-6, St. John's to kick it back. It's a bobble on that one. Jakakian inside, and he's gang tackled. With Joe Matheson on the beautiful pursuit on that one, and it'll be at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Joaquin, he bobbled it first, and then as he started to run up into the hole, he ran smack into a teammate who impeded his progress there, and was able to set up the kick coverage, and Masterson with the lead, making the tackle.
And they got to mark it at about the 22. And here comes McAfee, looking to get his team some points, to get some momentum here midway through this first half here, after St. John's just put up in under 2 minutes 14 points.
That's a great point, AJ. Everett's had no, I shouldn't say this, they've had no offensive momentum in this game, so they've got to establish something.
McAfee to throw, McAfee with no time, and Lambert and company, down he goes.
Big Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown on that one. Brown and Lambert coming together for a team effort.
And you're right, bar the one trick double pass play, Everett has had nothing going the entire afternoon on offense. So
looks like Mean Joe Green and Jack Lambert on that one.
Yeah, Hunter Brown and David Rodriguez underneath, and then Lambert just adding, putting the icing on the cake there to wrap up McAfee for a loss of about 6 on that one.
In for time, and it's out of bounds. Incomplete. Intended for Theo DeZor on the catch, but no cigar on that one.
you have to say, good for him not even to lose yards on that play. That could have been a big loss for Everett.
Coverage by Vance as John Churchwell was coming.
One of the keys is to keep McAfee as close to in the pocket as you can and not let him get outside.
It'll be 3rd and 15. McAfee with a quick throw. Inside, and it's going to be Mike Sanders still to catch. And he skirms through for about 7 or 8.
Cormier.
That'll be Cormier on the tackle. And still down by 8 now. And again, punting it away deep in their own end. It'll be Joe Masterson back to receive the wonderful and diverse.
I said before the drive for Everett, they had to get something going if they wanted to stay close.
Prep's got 12 guys on the field.
Prep has 12 men on the field here.
They call the timeout.
Half. After a little miscommunication on that one from the Prep. We've seen a lot of miscommunication today from both teams, getting men off the field, getting them on and off the field. What does that do for both teams?
Well, I mean, it's just something you have to work on in between the week, what sets you're going to run and all that sort of stuff, and what personnel is going to be out in the field. Every week, it seems like there is some miscommunication. You just have to minimize it the best you can.
And Herrera to Masterson, good corral. And John Uga, we've heard his name a lot today. RJ Fiali
has a great chance to take this game by the throat right here to the second half.
Yeah, great point earlier. The Prep defense yards on the day.
And first down, they give to Preston again. And we got a flag.
Just Jason Ball here or what?
Oh, face mask against Everett. And the St. John's Prep getting some free yardage on that one.
He really kept his legs churning throughout that entire play. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he got a good 4 yards out of it. But now
this is a play where you got a bonus there. Your running game's going great. Play action here and try to get single coverage on Rocket or Galatis. Galatis has got single coverage up top. Let's see what happens.
About 2nd and 4. All Ebert on the roll. Ebert to throw to Rocket, and the catch is made. Aiden Rocket with the catch and a gain of 10. And we got a first.
Great catch by Rocket. He went low. Ollie was on the run. Didn't get everything on that he wanted to. Able to scoop it right at the 20 for another first down.
And just on the cusp of the red zone, the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Ebert in the shotgun. To the end zone. Touchdown. Almost yet another touchdown for Dylan Preston. But no cigar once again with a holding penalty.
You know, Dylan Preston, his resume is getting hurt by holding penalties. He had a long 30 or 35-yard touchdown run against Mansfield, call back, and now he's got a 20-yard touchdown run call back against Everett, and that's frustrating, but you know, Dylan's just a working kind of guy, part of the team. He'd love to just get it again and run it for 25 this time, or 20. I guess the hold was upfield, so the ball's actually going to come back right in the same spot it was, and it'll be 1st and 10.
I don't know about you guys, but it just seems to me that Dylan Preston has like a sweetness type of run today. Like he's just running so swiftly in between the tackles, finding his holes. He's confident in those holes, and he can kind of get his momentum.
He didn't have really much going for him by what they are up by right now. I mean, he has been the key for the Eagles offense today.
And as we know, controlling the clock, it's like location, location, location. Control the clock. And right now having this mix of pass and run where both the pass and the run are both explosive at any time is making it really a great game for the Prep as they can kind of mix and match both of their sides on this one.
It's a funny penalty. It doesn't hurt them. They just get to take the play over.
1st and 10. They give off the right is Ebert on the quarterback keeper. Ollie Ebert around the corner. Ebert the sidestep, and
as Ollie hit the corner, Galatis had his guy, and it looked at, and that flag's on the 11. So this time it's going to be 1st and 11, I believe, from the 21. So
and Galatis
all over again.
Second hold on that one after another great play. A wonderful design play. And that one a little ticky-tacky on that one.
They're trying to keep it interesting.
Absolutely.
The referees,
Absolutely.
Image where you run the same play from the same yardage over and over. This is like
The Bears contest. On the 21. Ollie the throw. Oh.
Rocket jumped a little early and came down. I think he might have had that one. It was a high pass, but Ollie delivered it, but a little bit high.
Give Preston again. This time Rocket the same play. This time he's open. Touchdown. Hayden Rocket. Another beautiful strike. From Ollie Everett to Rocket, his favorite target. We've heard a lot of that.
They ran the exact same pattern. Time he was wide open, and Everett hit him right in the chest. Touchdown catch number 6.
Able to pull it in with a beautiful run and just take off for the races after a solid throw by Ollie Everett.
That one play looked too easy. So within 4 minutes and 37 seconds, the Prep has put up 21 points. A couple of touchdown runs by Preston and that 22-yard pass, Everett to Rocket. So quickly they go from down 7-0 to leading at 21-7 here with a little over 4 minutes, 4:23 left to go in the second quarter.
And with 4:23 to go, 21-6. St. John's Prep leading the Everett Red Raiders here at a home crowd here in Danvers.
I gave Everett credit of the extra point and called it 7-0 lead. It was 6-0 as the Prep blocked that point.
That's okay, Bob.
This offense in the game against the big teams like St. John's Prep, and we have seen that's a great effect that the Everett offense has given the Prep, whether it be good field position off of punts or the turnover that we saw, that the Prep has made them pay every time.
It's 21 points on Memorial Stadium here in Danvers. Take on the Everett Red Raiders.
And we also want to wish a happy birthday. Live streaming, so Andrew's been around for a few years. His relationship with
I mean, you see a little jarring match on the return there. This return, as McAfee again really behind the 8 ball now, looking to get anything going here with just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. And again by a host of St. John's Prep Eagles.
Yeah, said their name in trio a couple of times today as they combo.
That'll be a gain of nothing. It'll be in motion again by Joe Masterson leading the charge. And on the tackle. Going to be face mask on.
You know, the Preps work too hard to establish this 15-point lead. They don't want to give it away by
that penalty on that one.
Absolutely.
And they'll be the snap, and it's bobbled, and it's a fumble on the play, and did he cross Vance, and he recovered it.
Sanstarelli, I think his name is, number 7 for Everett, kept that ball. It was him to corral that in. It almost looked like it was
our loss. 2nd and 12, and we got a false start. We got some movement on the line.
Everett finally get a break. They get a little face mask penalty.
You got to believe that one's on the center. The snap just not getting delivered there as 3 guys on the Everett line moved, so they all thought it was one snap count.
Anthony Norcia out to the right. We got Jay Carnavale. I think Lambert was there with him to disrupt that one.
But he'll get on the stat sheet there with a block.
3rd and long for Everett here. Prep's got to keep them hemmed in, and then they can really take control.
For Everett, just about midfield. And McAfee to throw, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands.
Got a hand on that or a finger just to San Ristel, I think his name is. But anyway.
San Ristel.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he expected that ball was going to get there because John Churchwell leaped up and almost got his hand on and batted that down. So maybe he wasn't expecting it because I hit him right in the hands.
And Omar Herrera, number 24, to punt it back. Low snap, roll. And it'll be Clarence Pierre, the corner, to down it for Everett at about the 15-yard line.
Another great defensive stand for the Prep defense there. You know, take one play away. I know I've said it before, but take one play away. They've played.
See what the Prep do on this final offensive drive and get the ball back, or if they want to try and tack on more points before the end of the
ball inside the 20. McTiernan's got a strong leg. Maybe a field goal attempt comes into play.
In front with some blockers, and he's wrestled down. After nobody else could.
He is more space. You saw the 52 yards on a sort of tear that time too. He just couldn't break that away that last tackle, and he would have been all the way to the end zone.
They get 15 yards in the first play. They're thinking offensively now.
They're thinking touchdown.
After the 15-yard end around, Maiden
3 timeouts left as well.
and 3 timeout leg. They could still be some points out of this one.
Yeah, once again, on a first down, the clock does stop until the ball is set ready for play again. So, you can work the sidelines, you can work, kill the clock with the quarterback grounding it intentionally. There's a lot of options here with 98 ticks left.
And a 3 risk of himself. Ollie Ebert scrambling along. On that one, they're going to be brought down. Fox brings them down. Up the 34-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 6. The St. John's Preppers are on the move. 21-6. St. John's Prep Eagles have spread their talons pretty wide against the end. And he's kind of a dive on that one. Could have been a long one. Patrickson from Dylan Preston getting a long.
Preston would have been gone inside into the end zone for sure.
Looks like Dylan Preston hobbling on that one. And Dylan Preston on the sideline to check in. With Preston out, with 26 to go, they're going to kneel it. And we got some contact from Everett on the kneel. And we don't see a flag. And Coach St. Pierre looking for a call, but not going to be anything on that one.
That was a bit of a cheap shot there on a kneel down, and rather got knocked backwards and no call. And you know what? If Everett wants to play this way, I think Coach St. will want to go tack on 4 more touchdowns if he can.
Exactly. And that'll do it for the end of the first half. It is 21-6, St. John's over the Everett Red Raiders. After 1 half of play, this is Anthony Pocari alongside Toby Barrett and Paul McNamara live here from Cronin Memorial Stadium in Danvers.
Bar the one double pass play that Everett got their 6 points off, the defense played perfect. They really hemmed in Everett, and then the second quarter, the offense came to life. Dylan Preston, a couple touchdown runs, and Hayden Rocket also getting on the score sheet with his touchdown reception.
Roll, and they were able to put 3 scores up on the board against Everett. Everett's defense is a little bit younger than they've been. Their offense still has skilled players. They've still got speed, and they've still got size, but the Prep defense will stand up against anybody to this point, and they certainly, again, made their presence felt in that first half and set the tone and allowed the offense to get out there. And by the way, the offense controlled the ball for long periods of time. The more the game goes on, that takes its toll, too, on players and depth and how you play into the 3rd and 4th quarters.
And as we go to the break, gentlemen, what
Coach St. Pierre is going to say, he's going to draw a penalty flag. Officials' pockets this half and be mentally disciplined. Don't hold, move your feet. Don't hold when Dylan Preston or Ollie gets to the corner. Work your feet and get in position, and don't even give the ref a chance to throw the flag. Maybe 1 or 2 of those were not holding, but they're going to call them if they see a guy impeded in the feet message. And also keep doing what you're doing. The blocking has been great up front. Dylan Preston's hitting the holes, the receivers are getting open, and the defense is the defense. So that would be my message, just fewer penalties and keep working hard all the way to the end.
On the Everett side, Coach DeBazio.
Well, he's just got to be saying to the offense, we have to get something going here. They got to stay on the field for as long as they can and score points, because they have to play from behind right now. It's going to have to, considering how the Prep defense has been playing.
And some great insight from my 2 partners. That'll do it for the first half. The Prep 21 and the Everett Red Raiders 6 live here from Cronin Memorial Stadium on Ustream. This is Anthony Pocari, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. and Eagles are out in a couple times. It's the Crimson Tide alongside Paul McNamara and Toby Barrett. Welcome for a second half of football here from Cronelli's and a couple keys for the second half of play here.
On offense, especially for the prep, it's about they just got to stay focused and finish.
Everett's just got to get little wins. They've just got to stop on defense, get the ball, and just settle things down and get one drive. They're only two touchdowns behind at this little bit of distance here, and score first in the second half and go up by 3 scores. And you see that Mikey Aaron is now going to be the deep man. Masterson, the normal guy running kicks back, maybe he's dinged up a little bit, but of shenanigans here on the kickoff and not kick it deep. But number 43, Mikey Aaron, out of Winchester, great athlete.
On this one, Masterson to receive it. Joe, number 22, Nathaniel, stonewalling the return from Joe Math. Looks like it's
interesting that the preps.
It's like it's going to be.
It's illegal procedure after 12-yard return by Masterson.
And then the 31. Reaper in the shotgun. And out to the right is Michael, and he's going to gain about 3. Brought down by Sidney Baramis, the 6'2" defensive lineman, 245 pounds.
Key for the prep here might just to be to keep the ball as you don't make any mistakes. So just try and maybe keep it, slow the
snap. Everett taking off on the quarterback draw, and he rumbles his way through. Pick up about 8 on the tackle, number 9 for Everett. Going to be 3rd and 2, a pick up of 7 from just about the 45-yard line.
There's a great read there by and Ollie turned the corner, picked up about 7.
Rocket in the slot. They give to Preston this time. Preston rumbling through. And it'll be Fedna. And Joe Gulla gang up on the tackle. It's going to be 4th and inches. He's not going to get it. Be very, very close, but a minuscule distance. And they're probably going to look to get Everett offside to get that extra inch. What do you say, guys?
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like 4th and less than a yard. Now they call Spofford in. It's going to be a power set. Spofford will be the up back. And Wes Rocket will come out of the game, the 3rd receiver.
And it'll be 4th and inches. Stacking the line is Everett. They're going to keep it. John's a gain of about 4. Just darting out of that hole produced by the offense.
Blocker, and as soon as Jay snaps.
Everett to give this time. Preston again. Dylan Preston, like a workhorse, gets about 6 yards on that one. Joe Gulla there again with the tackle. Gain of about 7.
Like I said at the beginning of the drive, it looks like the prep's going to just coming out here and trying to control the clock as much as they can and take time off it. A lot of runs, a lot of power sets. Preston getting a lot of calls. I would expect more of the same. They're just going to try and grind their way all the way down to the end zone here.
Yeah. Veteran observers would say maybe Jim O'Leary's coaching the prep again.
And that'll be a gain of 5, and they're in Crimson Tide territory. Everett to give again to Preston. Preston inside, again gets some positive yardage on that one. Outside linebacker coming from a spot and wrapping up for the play.
And guys, you might want to mention there's a pretty good fan section here today of prep students here for the noon Sunday kickoff. The section is full. They've been kind of quiet, but nonetheless they're here, and that's always good to see.
Maybe they got some food at halftime. Maybe you let the food settle. Snap to Everett. Everett again on the draw. And Everett is stonewalled. On the keeper, it's going to be a gain of about 1. It's going to be Dwayne Binns on the tackle.
But a bit frustrating that they didn't pick up the first down. Now they're looking to punt here.
Going to be a punt for St. John's. But again, they're in Everett territory, trying to pin Everett behind their heels on this one. Jason Mater back to receive it. McClendon to punt it away. It's a booming punt. It's a nice spin. And right there, and the prep's going to down it. Down by Nick Fantini. Nick Fantini with the down. At about the 30-yard line, and in comes Jordan McAfee and company trying to, again, cut something into this lead that the prep has right now.
Once again, we can review the scoring. Everett opened the scoring at 10:03 the first quarter. Kind of a trick play. McAfee pitched it back to Herman Sharif, the wideout, but it was a lateral, and Sharif hit Anthony at 6-0 Everett, and then 3 prep touchdowns in the second.
McAfee over the top. It is caught on the corner. That one is Theo Zador, the receiver. Nice solid catch, a gain of 8.
Everett now into the hurry up to get.
Leading the charge again. McAfee to throw again. It's Zador again. And met right there is Hayden Rocket. Guess who? With a wonderful play on that one to break it up.
Couple of quick curl routes there early for Everett. They're just trying to get McAfee's confidence up, get the offense into rhythm. It could be dangerous to the prep if they get going.
But though it will be a first down for Everett as they keep moving at about the 38. They give to Cardona. Across the corner, Cardona with some space. And he's brought down by Kyle Parker and Ryan McNeil to bring him down. About midfield. Everett trying to get the play call in. McAfee and Cardona to the line. Trips to the left. And it's a bobbled snap. Low. McAfee trying to scramble. Lambert coming. And it is caught. Jacob Yish on the coverage on that one, right there to stop the play.
Second time this game, McAfee's. He's a good player, Jacob McAfee. He's been extending a few plays here for Everett.
It'll be 1st and 10. Runs into his own guy. And that'll be close to a first. Kyle Parker again on the tackle. And Hayden Rock goes in the vicinity. Luis Cardona Jr.
But Everett has looked good coming out here in the.
Norcia, the intended receiver. But it falls low from the hands of McAfee. And it'll be 3rd down for the Everett Crimson Tide as they're again getting those quick passes going and are moving incrementally into St. John's Prep territory.
You'd think it's 4 down.
And McAfee getting it this time. This is Jackson Joe Kahn, and he's brought down. Kyle Parker and Nathaniel Vance.
Hold against.
You know,
Everett.
interesting call here because that would.
Holding on Everett. That's going to make it that's going to stay at 3rd down. So now Everett, even though with the lost yards, will get an.
I said it's 4 down territory, so they don't have to get this all in one chunk here. You got to feel like they're going to set it up so they'll have 2 plays here to get the 13 yards they need.
3rd and 13. McAfee in the shotgun, trips to the left once again. Cardona in the backfield. McAfee with time. McAfee now being flushed out. Cormier with the pressure. And it is caught and it's brought out. Joe Masterson hitting Theo Zador on the play. And Zador is slow to get up. Zador had
to it. That's a big play by Masterson on the coverage.
For the McAfee, this time he held off Alex Cormier that extend time, but that was a great hit by Masterson. He really got a hold of that Everett player.
I have to admit that Everett finally saw some light at the end of the tunnel with this quick pass offense and this basic semi no huddle situation going on here.
Yeah, they looked good for the first time this game.
And a punt it away. Masterson back there, a huge booming punt, and to begin their 2nd drive of the half.
You're going to have to expect more of the same from the prep. They're going to try and chew up as much clock as before Everett has a chance of getting the ball back.
Clock, it is still 21-6, St. John's Prep over the Everett Crimson. With the snap over on the corner, Ebert, then he bends. Troy Polamalu on the tackle. And indeed, it's going to be a face mask on Dwayne. Move. They'll move 15 on that one. It'll be 1st down. First and 10 from the 35. Ebert the fake over the top. It is caught by Sporfer out of the backfield, number 38. And Sporfer with a beautiful catch and run. Nick Sporfer. He will get the
run on 1st down. That was a great call by Coach St. Pierre. Little play action. Spofford had a ton of space there to get that 1st down.
Yeah, it just shows the depth of the prep offense, and I mean we've seen the depth of the defense. But when you can throw Spofford in there, Spoff, a great athlete, and he was able to find some time and space over there, and Ollie hit him, and it's a great pickup.
The 2 Rocket brothers to the left. The fake inside. Dylan Preston inside. Dylan Preston, a bursting blast of a run by Dylan Preston, and we'll see what the flag is.
Lyle, to me, looked like he made a great block. He had his hands out, which you're allowed to do, and he's explaining to Jay Carnival. You know, people will say I'm being biased on that call, but you know, the entire call, and they just call it because they see a guy go down. And now Coach St. Pierre is going to call a timeout.
Call the timeout. And they'll call the timeout just to get things rolling again for the Prep after the penalty.
I want to give a shout the live stream today. Dan playing football for the Tufts Jumbos, and great to have you on board, Dan. And the guys.
First and 15 from the 30-yard. Ace, rocket all the way, and he's in. Touchdown, St. John's. Hayden Rocket once again. A rocket pass from Oliver Eberth to Hayden.
For Hayden Rocket thus far this season, he has been unbelievable this season thus far for the Eagles. It was another slant. He was wide open. No safety help in behind on that corner, and he had his man beat, and he was gone right when he caught that ball.
And it is good. Once again, 3 for 3 from extra point range. And it is 28-6 to St. John's to go here in the third quarter. 28-6, St. John's Prep over the Everett Crimson Tide.
That time he did not have Mater on him. He was covered by John Uga, number 15, the senior for Everett. And Uga gave Rocket a little bit of inside room, and Eberth to Rocket, they know where Eberth knows where Rocket's going to be the whole day on the field, and he just hit him in stride. And once you get the ball in Hayden Rocket's hands, good things usually happen, and he was able to run away from the rest of the Everett defense for a 58-yard toss and catch, Eberth to Rocket, and it's now 28-6.
I mean, guys, I have to ask, you guys anyway beat St. John's in 2 games, especially a playoff game? Is it a surprise to you guys with this type of lead that the Prep has?
Well, certainly the Prep's defense is almost intact from last year. They're going to be better than they were last year, and Everett doesn't have quite as many weapons offensively, and the Prep is just a better team today.
McClendon to send it away, and down is Jackson Joe Kane down to the 28-yard line, return of about 10. Crimson Tide on this drive.
Yeah, I thought defense to really make it life tough for them, but I thought that the Everett defense has been rolling ever since the start of the second quarter on offense, and up by 22 late in the third.
Point last drive, and
Jackson for
Number 50. Wait, if he wasn't there, I think he would have been gone.
Isadore, and down. That is through the middle and bringing down.
Great game today. He's been in the backfield all day, and he gets a individual sack there.
That'll be a loss of 6. It'll beat about the 38-yard, the 39-yard line for Everett as they continue the drive. 2nd and 16. McAfee to throw over the top, and it is incomplete, and the coverage is Masterson in pursuit with Masterson covering. And again,
good coverage there, but Prep look like they're going to hold Everett again here.
Lambert and company drag him down. That'll be a loss.
Allen, familiar names around, and force a 4th down.
The thing will be 4th and 16. Herrera to punt it. And Omar Herrera again to punt it away. And the wind's going with him, so this should be a pretty booming punt to try to keep her. And the punt's away, and it bounces towards the 20. And it's down at the 1. A wonderful, so down at the 1-yard line.
Excellent punt by Omar Herrera. And so the Eagles will have a little bit of work to do here to get themselves out of their out of their own 10.
Punt of almost 60 yards from Omar Herrera.
Yeah, but keep them at least within striking distance, down by 22 rather.
First down from the 1. Eberth brings his team to the line under center. All the self-give, and the quarterback draw goes for about 6. And it'll be
now give yourself a little 5-yard cushion here. Make sure nothing crazy happens. And
Joe Gull on the tackle there for Everett. And with 8 seconds here in the third quarter, they're going to let it run down. Their lead 28-6 over the Everett 3 quarters, guys.
Right now the Prep are making a statement, beating on the 6th best team in the state this badly. I mean, or the crown, really.
The Everett band going to the good luck charm, Sweet Caroline. I think they need more than that heading into the fourth quarter here as they trail substantially. Never have I seen a 22-point lead seem like it's 52, as the Prep is totally dominated. Outside of one, people would call it a trick for 58 yards that got Everett on the board, but that has been almost the total extent of their offense. They had a little bit of life in the third quarter. They ran the hurry-up offense, Prep territory, and their offense does not look good against this really strong Prep defense today.
And Dylan Preston once again with a gain of about 10, close to a first. It'll be a first down for the Eagles as they continue to move the clock. Be first and 10. And the shotgun is Everett. Everett again on the quarterback draw. Everett gonna go 5-yard run. I'm all over Everett on his own 10-12 juncture, 25-point lead.
That's why a lot of the going to get brought down there. So much space. He's such a dual threat quarterback with his arm and his feet. That was excellent.
Attack it on.
Ollie football.
And the chant from the crowd, Ollie football. Yes, he is. We're going to call him Ollie down. It is 32-6. It'll be 35. My bad on that one. It'll be 35-6. St. John 35-6.
You know, the other thing we haven't talked about much today is the Prep offensive line. That was a big question mark coming into the season because the only returning guy was Jay Carnivale in the middle, and at first it was a makeshift line. All the positions were open. I mean, Coach St. Pierre before the season said on offense we have 11 positions, and Ollie, and that's a big factor today with Preston's holes, and that hole for Ollie, it got him into the secondary, and then his speed turning the corner, running away from Uga there and down the sidelines, and Hayden Rocket kind of escorted him down too. He was there for blocking, but Ollie was able to take it 86 yards. What a run.
In the hands of the St. John's Prep Eagles. Another nice high skying kick. That's Jocan once again for Everett. Inside Jocan with some blocks. Floramo with the tackle after a return of about 20. And it'll be at about the 41-yard line as Everett will begin their drive. Now down 29 with 10:02 to go here in the fourth quarter.
I said before the game that this would be more competitive than the Patriots-Jaguars game currently going on right now. Hasn't proved to be anywhere near competitive. This is, and Everett's no joke of a team. They're the 6th best in the state, and the Prep have run over them thus far.
McAfee the snap. Around the corner this time. Not Cardona, but we see Jonathan Farrell getting some snaps in his running back. Gains about 3 on the play. Jack Lambert on the tackle. It'll gain nothing. Second and 10. McAfee with time to throw, and it is caught on the sideline. Mike Sainstro the catch. For gain of about 30 on the play. The coverage by Parker was no good on that one. As it is a gain of about 30, and Everett finally with a huge play to open up the gates.
Kyle Parker, only a decent play for Everett.
Off the give, Cardona inside, and they'll gain about 3. Lambert in on the tackle. Once again, another familiar name. We're seeing Jack Lambert surrounding the play. It'll be a gain of about 2. I'm a 26-yard gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 23-yard line. In the shotgun, McAfee to Ozador, the 6'6 receiver, Everett. From behind, and a helmet flies off. And he'll gain about 5 on the tackle, and he'll gain a couple, as well as Connor Robinson there for the Prep to put the stop to the play.
It looks like the Everett running back there is shaken up after that hit. His helmet came off, and he's slow to get up. He's on his feet now, but looks like the medical staff's over there treating him, seeing what's wrong. He's getting off under his own power now.
And he's getting up. And we'll begin one at about the 22-yard line, looking to pounce and get some points in the
against the Prep defense and get a score, and you never know at a time.
Might here to bring him down, a gain of about 2.
You know, the other big thing is at this point in the game, he says we got to show we can play with these guys. We may be playing them in November.
One way intended. That was Vance on the coverage intended. And it'll now be 4th and 9 from the 21. And at this point, do they go for?
McAfee looks like he's getting the call over there. Boozy Island's the chant from the SJP student section here. He made a great play there. If he doesn't get a hand up and
Kind of a post, a corner pattern, and it's intended to split the coverage between the cornerback and the safety. And he had some room, and Vance just made a great athletic
door that could possibly do it.
Once again, Masterson 5'8", Zador 6'6", giving away 10 inches in height there, but great coverage by Masterson. He's been in a lot of plays today, and the great run back position, a great kick returner and punt returner, and terrific coverage there on the tallest kid in the field.
And now the Prep offense will be back on the run once again, with now a 29-point lead and just under 7 minutes to go here in the game. They get to Preston inside. Dylan Preston now at the rock. So that was Alex Rodozzi. My bad on that one. Alex Rodozzi has checked in. As Dylan Preston has checked out of the game. And he's now, after a wonderful day today, a couple touchdowns, and really establishing this Prep offense. He was the rock today, guys.
yeah, he really established everything that the Prep wanted to do on offense, came through Preston first. So he had an absolutely great game. He gets to sit out the final 6 minutes of this one.
And Rodolzi in the backfield. They give it to him again. Rodolzi breaking some tackles and bursting through.
And lowering his shoulder. That was a very nice run there by the backup here, Rodolosi.
Yeah, I think Coach St. Pierre now wants to keep this 35-6 because he knows Zavarian beat these guys 29-7.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the St. John's at the 29-yard line. Rodolzi in the backfield again. They give it to him. Inside, and the line just pushing him forward for a gain of about 3.
She's big 65. Jay Carnevale leading the way. Rodolosi almost ran right up Jay Carnevale's back there as Carnevale occupied a couple of Everett defenders there.
It's like all Ebert's day is done.
All of Ebert's
now.
He's done for the day. And Cam Collins will check in now for St. John's. He'll get some reps.
Who could have predicted this, taking all Ebert out with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter against Everett? I mean, this has been an excellent showing by the Prep.
Collins the kid to roll it all, see inside, and he plunges through for a gain of about 2. And it'll be 2nd and 7. Garrell Boyce on the tackle, the defensive end. Now Aiden Rockets checking out as well.
I think the Prep have established themselves to come through the Prep to get through to Gillette this year.
3rd and 3 for Collins and company. They give again. Rodolisi has it. And about 2.
They're gonna let the clock run down here as much as they can. Kill time.
And with 3:31 to go here in the game, it is 35-6. The St. John's Prep Eagles have, and I'll probably say it for the last time, have outreached their talons and have grabbed this game today by the talons of the Everett Crimson Tide.
So the next thing that's going to happen is Prep will call a timeout when they get within a couple of seconds of the 40-second clock, and then they'll punt it away to Everett again with the wind, and it should be under 3 minutes to play at that point. Or exactly.
And McClendon and company will punt it away. John Churchwell, Nick Sporford on the team as well. And a great cheer from the crowd here at St. John's, cheering their boys on as they have had yet another great start today.
Everett's going to send in a block here. It's an all-out block. And now they peel back and help out in coverage.
London inside.
McNeil.
And Ryan McNeil to down it for the prep. And it'll be at about the 30-yard line. Everett will begin with just under 3 minutes to go here in this game. And basically, they're playing for pride at this point.
And the prep's still with all the starters in on defense here, so they want to get good experience against Everett. They suspect Everett will have the starters in, and they want to send a message here that we're playing this one all the way to the end here.
And guys, as you know about this, we have BC High in a couple of weeks. That's their next biggest game against BC High. What does this win do for them?
First of all, the next 3 games are conference games. Malden Catholic Memorial's a top 25 team by Andover High Friday night. They're going to be a player in the north here. They beat BC High by, I think, 3 touchdowns.
Good player for them, and Andover's going to be maybe the surprise package in the north this year thus far.
Over the top, and it's Sandstrel again with the catch. The throw from McAfee, a gain of about 20. Hunter Smith on the tackle.
Now, as I said, the starters are still in there. One by one, they're coming out. Cormier out. Fallon came out the last play.
McAfee to throw. It is caught by... That was Norcia on the catch, Anthony Norcia, who had the only touchdown Everett had today on that trick play to begin the game. 58-yard touchdown is all but a memory now for the Everett Crimson Tide. Ryan McNeil on the tackle. And out come the starters one by one. Masterson still in. On the screen this time, Jocan the catch. And weaving in and out is Jackson Jocan, and he's going to gain a few yards. Churchwell on the tackle, and it'll be to about the 38-yard line. A pickup of... First and 10 for the 39. And they give off the left. That is Darrell Felix on the run there. So no, Marvin Fedna, my bad. Marvin Fedna with the give, and he gains about 10. Churchwell once again there to swoop him up for the tackle. And it'll be a gain of 17 on that one.
By 29 points, a team they haven't beaten in a while.
Catch is made. Norcia on the quick slant there. And Hunter Smith breaks it up, and the ball's out.
Yeah, the ball came out. Jacob Yish picked it up, but the whistle had blown.
And that'll be a gain of about 2 or 3 on the catch. Utter defeat for the Everett Crimson Tide, and a complete true win here against a very tough Everett team. We call it a blowout here, 35-6. What do you guys think about that?
Giving them a worse defeat than they got to Zavarian by.
And Everett and Jordan McAfee. Fedner on the give will gain. And the clock will wind down as Everett just trying to put some more points on the board for pride. And the give, Fedner again. Dragged along by Thomas Arsenal, dragging him along. And with 25 ticks to go, the prep sideline is full of emotion and full of happiness as they win today. Norcia the catch, and he's in for the touchdown for Everett as they'll tack on another 6 here late in the game. But hey, it's garbage time.
Well, now we can't say we beat them by more than Zavarian did. I guess that's the one bad thing that came out of that drive. But garbage time really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the outcome of the game in any way, shape, or form, really.
And Omar Herrera to tack on. He missed the extra point earlier, and this time he drills it. And it's going to be 35-13. 23-point advantage for the prep now with 16.6 seconds to go. And the game is all but over here, folks. After great defense, great all-around play, as St. John's Prep Eagles are rolling right now and are going to roll over the Everett Crimson Tide today in a very big, utter surprise in this one.
Yeah, next, their schedule, you don't want to say eases up, but it kind of does. You get some lesser ranked opponents here. Next week, Saturday night, 6 o'clock is their next game here. The first night game at Corona Memorial Stadium. We'll be here for that one. And the Eagles should be rolling on here for the rest of the season, all the way to the playoffs.
And on the kickoff,
they're going to try an onside kick here.
At this point, it's just practice for the Everett Crimson Tide, as every hope of victory went out the door at halftime. As now Omar Herrera will try the onside kick. Rock. And it'll be 5 seconds, going to run out. And the game is over. They let it run down. The St. John's Prep Eagles with a huge statement win today, a 35-13 victory over an all-around play from the St. John's Prep offense. Guys,
from start to finish, and it's really a statement win for the Eagles here as they look to push on for the rest of the season. Great performance, great win.
And Paul, what do you think of this dynamic victory on both ends of the football? They dominated both ends. What does this do for the confidence of the St. John's Prep team?
Well, the confidence is going to be the biggest win in his coaching career, in his short coaching career, which we hope will be there. Any going deep in any playoffs always has to go through Everett, and certainly a statement is made here with a huge win, and you know, win 1-2 in the state after this weekend as things unfold of no man's land until they can get a big win on after that. CM, who always plays physical, can't get caught looking ahead. You know, important thing, touchdowns, and Everett, the story of this game. They set the tone. They completely shut down Everett outside of what it scored late in the game when the game was all. They actually got things going a lot earlier tonight than in the previous game. A lot of payback for it in the first quarter, but after it's sky high right now.
Here for the Malden Catholic Stadium, two bitter rivals will go at it. People, Kai, we thank you so, and Alex and our wonderful cast and crew. We thank you very, very much. Ustream. This is Anthony Polcari. Bakari, along with Toby Barrett, we're here at Corona Memorial Stadium here in Danvers, where today it was a demolition mistake. 35-13 victory for the St. John's Prep Eagles against the Everett today.
They controlled that first touchdown and that first turnover before 2 touchdowns. Hayden Rocket with 2 touchdowns, and obviously that one of the Eagles.
But partner, it didn't look that way. It up and made it 6-0 with a pass by Anthony.
One play that Everett had all game. The repeat defense calmed it down and controlled the game for the rest of the game. And they Everett couldn't get anything going the entire game. They tried hurry up. They tried all these different looks from the Wildcat, all this sort of stuff, and none of it worked against this stout Prep defense.
And partner, we have the great offense today and a really solid defense. Who was your player of the game, or players of the game, for this game today for the Prep?
On the offensive side of the ball, I'd have to say Dylan Preston, because he really, on the defensive side of the ball, because everybody played so well. But I'm going to say Joe Masterson. He had a matchup where he had was 10 inches shorter than the receiver he was covering, and he made a couple of very good plays on the ball, a couple of big hits as well.
And now we look forward to next week. We're going to be here, Corona Memorial Stadium, Saturday. Your keys to that game, looking forward a week ahead.
Well, an easier game for the Eagles, but you never know. The lights here at Corona Memorial Stadium, it should be big. It should be a great game.
And that'll do it for us from Corona Memorial Stadium in Danvers. It's been a wonderful pleasure to have you this afternoon. For Tobey Barrett, his first day on the job, partner, it's going to be a great year. And for Anthony Pulcari, thank you very much for joining us, and have a wonderful day.